You can access voted appropriations by clicking the Budget tab or by clicking Continue next to Budget Home on the home screen page. On this page you'll notice that the red band has now turned green and says Appropriations. There are two important columns, the raise match, which will read true or false depending on whether your appropriations match your budget, and meeting status, which is now blank but will either read pass or fail. You can enter the meeting status by clicking the green arrow beside each warrant article. For each article, you will have to answer up to 3 questions. The first, did the warrant article pass or fail, is required. After answering the first question, the second, was the warrant article amended, becomes enabled. In this instance, I've answered no, which will leave the third question disabled, since it no longer requires an answer. Beside your 3 questions is the vote counts. This is optional and is designed for record keeping. At the bottom of the page is the familiar table from the budget drafting process. This table will have account codes and categories as before, as well as the pre-populated appropriations per article for you to review. When you've completed answering your questions, you may hit Save and Next or Save and Home to continue. On the next article, I began by passing the first question. On the second question, I've answered yes, that the warrant article was amended. This will enable the final question, was the amendment financial? Here, I've answered no. If you've answered yes on the second question, that the article was amended, it is required that you enter a note explaining the amendment to the article. This time I've chosen Save and Home to bring me back to the Budget home page. I will go to my next article by clicking the green arrow beside it. For this article, I will say it passed, it was amended, and yes, the amendment was financial. Finally, leaving a note to explain the amendment. You'll notice now that the Appropriations as Voted column in the table below can be edited. You can click into the field and manually edit the appropriations, or to reset all the pre-populated appropriations, click the Populate Zeros button on the upper right side of the table. Enter the new appropriation in the editable field and click Save and Recalculate to get your new calculated raise amount. This will turn your Amounts to be Raised box at the top of the page red. This is because the appropriations as voted is still the initial value. Change this to the new value and the box will turn green when the raise amounts match. Now that I am finished, I'm ready to click Save and Next and move on to my next article. This article has failed, so I've chosen that option on the first question. The next 2 questions will remain disabled. The appropriations amounts automatically go to 0, and there is nothing left to do to this article. For the final article, I'll say it passed, it was not amended, and if I choose, I can review the appropriations on the table below. Finally, I'll click Save and Home. Now the appropriations phase is complete. If the Raise Match column all reads true, and there are pass or fail values in the meeting status column, then I'm ready to finalize by clicking the View Calculate Appropriations button. On this page, you can once again review all appropriations, aggregated by account code, in the table. You will see a box above the table reading Raise Amounts Match. If this box is green, you are ready to move to step 2 of the finalization process. If it's red, an article's raise amounts do not match, and you will have to go back and edit it. To continue to step 2, click the green button reading Continue to Step 2, Finalize. From there, you will click the Final Finalize button. A confirmation window will appear. Click OK, and the process is complete. On your budget homepage, you will notice the View Calculate Appropriations button is no longer there. You can now view your completed appropriations report. This will open a new window with a preview of your report. To download your report, click the Save button. This will give you a drop-down menu with different file types you can save it as. It is recommended you choose PDF, and you will be finished with the voted appropriations phase.